Hiya, Vivian Rainbow Fox here. Welcome to today's Foxtober video. I hope you enjoy. Welcome to part 1 of making a paw tutorial. So the first thing you need to do before making the paws is decide what you want them to be. Whether you want them to have 5 fingers or 4, what colours you want, and all that sort of thing. So these are going to have 4 fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4. At this point it really doesn't matter about your drawing style or anything like that, and they're going to have white tips on the fingers. So then I just misspell that there, then they're going to have black claws, so then I just put, and it's going to be a grey pad. Now these are going to have pink pads for this set. And as I say, it really doesn't matter about your drawing skills, mine are dreadful. Because this is just your plan. And yes, I do have a cold, so I apologise if I'm sniffling. So this is just an idea of what I want it to be. So it's going to be grey with pink pads and white fingertips and black claws. And that's your design, that's what you want it to be. So you need a primary colour, you need a secondary colour if you're going to have one, what colour you want the claws if you want claws, what colour you want the pads if you want pads. So that's your design, that's your reference to go back to. Now, to make a template, you get a separate sheet of paper and go around your hand. Now, I can't quite get my full hand on one sheet with enough overhang, so I'm just going to, for this demonstration, put a piece of paper like that. But when you come to do it, you want to get a bigger piece of paper and make sure there's at least an inch or so around your hand at all places, and just quite simply draw around it as rough as you like. Once you've got your handprint, then you simply want to go, these two should be together because I was doing it with 4 fingers, but for this demonstration now it will be 5. Go a fair bit out from it, and you want a very wide opening at the start because that's where your hand's going to come in and out. Go in a little bit from there, and then just go around and make the basic shape that the actual material is going to be cut to, giving enough space for your hemming and yeah, just plenty of room for padding and any other things like that. And just make a nice big shape around it. Now when you're happy with the shape, you can go ahead and transfer that onto some material. What I would advise is that if this is your first time doing it, do this onto a cheap material that you have lots of and cut it out to this shape, then sew it and then try and put it on and see how it fits. Because if you don't do this and you go straight ahead with this design and it turns out to be too small, then you have a problem. You can always trim fur down, but you can't add it without seams. Here is the template I made for the paws I'm making. Now if you'll note, I put left there because you need to reverse the pattern. If I move this out of the way, you can see this finger is thicker than the others because that's where I'll put 2 fingers in together, like that on the inside. And then for the right, so one will be the front of the hand, one will be the back of the hand. So for each paw you need one of each shape. Now this is my old template, this one is quite basic because what I've done is simply made this out of leatherette, so it's a bit more permanent, and I'll make a new one of these in leatherette out of this shape because I prefer this shape now. And then this I simply use to lay over my material, and I'll show you what these weird cutouts are for. So I'd lay this over the fur, get my marker's chalk or dressmaker's chalk and just draw around it, and then I have my pattern that I can cut out. Now these little holes here, I would do 4 of them, and then they would make the paw pads. This one would make the pad in the middle of the hand, and this funny looking shape here is for the claws. So what you do is simply take that round, it looks like 2 penguins kissing almost, and then for this demonstration I'm simply going to tear it. Little M shape, and you simply fold that over, stitch along these lines, leaving this part open, and then you simply push it and turn it inside out, and you end up with the claw. So I'll show you that in more detail with the actual leatherette material. But yeah, basically that's how to make your template. So you draw around your hand as we saw with this, after you've got your design of 4 or 5 fingers or 10, whatever you want to do, and then I'm quite happy with this template, and I'm quite happy with this shape, so I'm going to copy that one onto this template and these paw pads. With the template it doesn't matter where you put it because that's simply going to be a guide to draw. Not quite happy with that shape, but I'll deal with that later. So. Oh, excuse me, this cold is going to kill me. So yeah, you want to make a template out of paper first. Make it onto a cheap material that is in abundance. Then if you're happy with it, you can go ahead and make that template more permanent in a leatherette form, and then you can use that for all future projects, whatever colour, design, so long as it's the same sort of design, you have a template there to go ahead and do it. I hope this is helpful, and I will try to make this a little tutorial series so it's more bite-sized. I know I've been rambling today. So yeah, I'll try and put all the pieces of this tutorial in a playlist so they're all accessible and together. So I hope this is helpful, and I will make another video showing more parts to this project as we go. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for tomorrow's Foxtober video. Taddy bye for now.